Our verse today is 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 9. But he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore I will boast all the more gladly of my weaknesses, so that the power of Christ may rest upon me. This chapter in St. Paul is one of my favorites. I recommend it to any Christian struggling in the spiritual life, because some Christians think they shouldn't undergo trials or struggles. Paul speaks in the third person about a vision in which he was taken up to the third heaven. He distinguishes the spiritual him, which was taken up into heaven, and his weak human nature. He says, on behalf of this man, I will boast. But on my own behalf, I will not boast, except of my weaknesses. 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 5. What comes out here is that when God is at work in us, He can take us to any height in the spiritual life, even when our human nature fails us. Paul says, to keep me from becoming conceited, because of the surpassing greatness of the revelations, a thorn was given me in the flesh, a messenger of Satan to harass me, to keep me from becoming conceited. 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 7. So to prevent Paul from being proud, God allowed him to face some weakness to keep him humble. And Paul pleaded with God 3 times to remove that scourge from him. And God's response to him is contained in our verse. My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. The first phrase is, my grace is sufficient for you. Charis grace is that favorable attitude, kindness, favor, and helpfulness of God towards us. What could be more than God's loving gaze and favor upon us? Just knowing that He cares and loves us despite our weaknesses can pull us out of those weaknesses to appreciate and love Him even more. And the second phrase is, for my strength or my power is made perfect in weakness. God's power shines out. It shines upon our dark areas to reveal our human weaknesses and limitations. There is no amount of personal holiness or righteous deeds that can wipe out every speck of weakness in our mortal bodies. Only the grace of God does. So Paul reaches this depth of truth and understands that he needs to depend totally on the power of Jesus Christ because he is weak. Therefore, he speaks about his weaknesses without shame. Many people think speaking about their weaknesses belittles them. My experience is the contrary. On one occasion when I was in a particular parish, I woke up very late on a Sunday morning. Mass was to begin at 6 a.m. and I woke up at 10 minutes to 6. And I had to drive about 10 minutes to get to the church. I hurriedly brushed my teeth, no time for a shower, and off I went. The parishioners were waiting and wondering what could have happened. And when I arrived, I heard someone whisper to another, "Oh, it is Father Jerome. He doesn't usually come late." I got dressed very quickly and went to the sanctuary, and my first words to the congregation were, "Please, I am sorry." And then I explained to them that I had slept off. The whole church expressed a certain kind of solidarity with me, and I felt it. And after the Mass, people came out saying to me, "Please, Father, just go and rest. You need a lot of rest. You've been working so hard in the recent past." I wasn't afraid to share my weakness. The people understood and accepted my apology and were empathetic to my cause because I admitted that I was weak. Lord, your grace is enough for us. Your power is made perfect in our weaknesses. Please do not allow us to get used to sin, but let our weaknesses be the springboard to holiness. Amen. God bless you, and I wish you a wonderful day.